But he told me on the phone with other people so that he knew I was going to
I was like, I'm
reprimand
on the
him.
phone with other people on speaker. I'm not good. He's not going to yell at me. But I was like, honey, they were on sale. And guess what, everybody? Those sandals are still in this
They've
closet
been accumulating
to
dust since we've
this
moved
day.
here, though.
I stopped wearing them, but they
5 years
were,
ago. They still haven't
yeah,
been worn.
because they're hey, I use the living daylights out of them. I will pull them out one day and show them to you people. Like there's toe space and they're leather sandals. They're what brand were they again? Steve Madden.
Yeah.
No, Steve Madden's?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably
Make sure you
yeah.
see yourself here too, hon.
Yeah, see
So
me there.
that's the one.
They're Steve Madden's and I love them. And they were like $300 sandals that I got for $100, real leather. Like that was a good deal.
So welcome everybody. Welcome to something new coming from us. So a lot of you have been hearing about KickStart. You know, we've been giving hints about what it's about. There's also we have our own versions. We have our own little booklets for ourselves because we will be doing our trackers while doing Kickstart as well. So first we'll talk to you guys about Montreal. And then as people join, we'll get more people in the room. We will actually then fill you in on what Kickstart is going to be, what it's about, how we came up with the idea, and the whole reason behind it. So first, Montreal.
Montreal. So you all know we were in Montreal this past weekend because Nick and I decided early on this year that we wanted to go to Pride in different cities. We want to go check out different cities. We're here in Toronto. We've been to it several times. We want to go see what it's like in other places. So we said, let's go to Montreal. And Nick was like, if we're going to do Montreal, I don't want to drive. We're going to take the train. I'm like, great. We had done the train when we did the P3 a body tour years ago. So we did the train and we loved it. And Nick was like, I don't have to drive. Woo-hoo. And you get cocktails and you get dinner. And it's like we're like, there was Wi-Fi. So it was great. We get to the train station on Friday, as you guys all know. We get on the train. The service was okay. I'm gonna be very honest. I was kind of like at dinner when they passed the cart for drinks. I was like, oh, I was under the impression there was more than wine. No, all I'm serving is wine right now. And I was like,
They weren't very nice.
They weren't very friendly.
No,
They weren't.
We tried. We tried.
We tried. Although I did see a guy in front of me.
We made friends with all the people on the train.
Yeah. So, anyways, lo and behold, long story short, we're heading into Montreal. We're in Quebec, but we knew that the storm had been coming. The storm was hit them hard, and they were all you could hear people talking on the train. And then all of a sudden, a lady in another seat behind us, well, technically in front of us, she's like, oh, wow, there's no power in Dorval right now. They've lost all electricity. So as she's saying that, boom, it's like almost 9:30 by that point, almost 10 o'clock. We're supposed to be in Montreal by 10:20. So at this point, we're 9 minutes from the Dorval station, and they make an announcement telling us that we're sorry, there's water on the tracks. We can't proceed because we can't keep going with the train on the wet tracks. Plus, the fact that there's no power, they can't control the train, the actual guardrails, right? The arms that come down to, for traffic and things. So we're sitting there, we're waiting. 20 minutes goes by. The conductor comes on, says it again. And you could tell he's feeling guilty because he's like, I don't know what to tell you people. Don't know what to say. Comes by again. We ended up being on the train till 1 o'clock in the morning, 9 minutes from Dorval.
And you know how
they came around with water. They came around with water and coffee.
It's cranky.
Yeah. Nick was cranky. That's why I barely talked to him. I talked to strangers instead. It was safer.
I had my headset on, and I was just like, "Do not talk to me, and I'll just be in my own world."
And I'm like, okay, let's not mention anything about what we were supposed to do because he'll get cranky. And it was late, so of course, and we had worked all day.
I know myself. That's just the way I am.
Lo and behold, we're sitting there, and I even asked one of the Via Rail workers, the attendants. I'm like, oh, you gave me coffee. I'm like, oh, it would be really nice to have some Baileys in there. And she's like, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to serve after this time. And I'm like, really? We're sitting on a train. We're supposed to be at Pride, and you can't just serve me one Baileys in my coffee. But whatever, it is what it is. So the train finally started moving, and
they couldn't get us all the way down.
They couldn't get us to Montreal. So we actually had to jump on a bus from Dorval to Montreal, which was what, 15-minute drive, if that. Which wasn't bad. And then Nick and I decided instead of cabbing it to the hotel, we walked. It was a 30-minute walk, and we're like, you know what? We've been sitting for like
We did not use Uber or cabs or
What?
any driving
No,
the entire
entire
time.
weekend.
We walked everywhere,
Everywhere.
even with our luggage. Yeah,
Yep.
like the Amazing Race.
Mhm.
Exactly.
We even said that. That's so funny. On our way back on Sunday to the train station, I'm gonna say this. I will never complain as much about Toronto sidewalks in my life again. Never. The Toronto sidewalks aren't the best, but they are way better compared to Montreal's. We no lie, people. I was sitting there going, how does someone in a wheelchair get around here? It makes no sense. Everything, there's so many cracks in the sidewalk. So it really made me think, and it really makes you realize when you go to other places, like what
you have yourself
makes the heart grow fonder in a sense. So it made me realize, you know what? I'm happy with that. Don't get me wrong. Montreal was still a lot of fun. So we get to our hotel. A lot of you saw the hotel.
Right. For anyone wondering, there is going to be a blog about this trip. Yep. So you're going to see all the videos, all the pictures, just like we did our Las Vegas trip. We'll be doing that for all our trips right now. So you'll see that coming up on our website eventually. So any of this stuff, like our time on anything that we're explaining today, you'll see, and we'll explain it more in a blog of all the videos and photos.
And nothing comes out in order anymore because it's just too hard to do it. So it comes out when it comes out, and then the blog gets it.
Then I put it in order on the blog.
Puts it in order after.
I don't try to order him anymore. He just does whatever he wants.
I have to put it in my own brain, and then there's certain things I want to do right away because I don't want to forget that moment.
If you look at TikTok, it's in no chronological order in there. It's at all.
But it doesn't matter. So
somehow they went dinner and then dinner again.
we get to the hotel and we just go to bed. We were exhausted, and we knew we were doing the next morning. We were going to jet boating, which is in French. It's called bateau saut mouton, which is jump sheep, but it's jet boating. And you go into the Lachine Rapids, and it was flipping amazing. So we get to bed. We're amazed by our room, but it's dark out. Well, we wake up the next morning and realize, holy crap.
There's a balcony.
We have a balcony that stretches the entire side of the
night before.
We thought it was a window. We opened the curtain. We're like, there's door handles. And it was one of those, my dream in my house when we owned a house was to have the Big Brother doors. Do you know the Big Brother doors where that open up and it's the entire back side of the wall that opens up to your house, to your backyard? Well, that's what it felt like. Our balcony was that on this hotel. And guys, I want to reiterate, we like elegant and nice things, but we're not the type to do this at every single place we go to. We knew we were going to Montreal for 2 nights.
We used points.
We had points that were like, why don't we use points and like get a bougie place just to see what it's like? Not gonna lie, it was worth it, but and you might as well treat yourself. And that was our thing, our way of doing it. We were treating ourselves by going to this place, and it exceeded our expectations in that sense.
Did it ever?
We woke up the next morning, we had breakfast that was included. So that was a nice little thing. And you know what? Not a continental breakfast. There was eggs, there was hard-boiled eggs, bacon, toast, pancakes. The first morning, I did not get a cappuccino because there's a menu charge to it. And I was like, I really don't want to spend $5 on a cappuccino right now. Although I could have.
What if the snacks in our rooms were free too?
Really?
What if they were?
They were. There was
damn it.
That I saw. Yeah, that I saw. There was a.
We didn't eat them. They're sitting there the whole time. We're like, sun chips.
Sun chips. But then the next morning when I asked for a coffee, I'm like, and I was gonna go pay, and she's like, no, it's on. It's part of your breakfast. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then we did the bateau saut mouton. That video's coming out very soon. I actually finished it today.
It was insane, everybody. Okay, so if you like roller coasters and you like water
rides,
it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was an incredible experience to first of all be in the actual rapids and see, and not just that, the way they do it is they go up the rapid, which is very calm because when you're going up the rapids, there's not much. But when they turn you around, and there's 2 sides, and we explain this in the video you'll see later. There's the Hawaii surf side, and Hawaii 5-0 side, and on the other side is the roller coaster. The roller coaster side was so much fun. You're literally going like this. And like in the movies, when you're watching the movies, you're like a perfect storm, you have the wall of water. That's what it felt like. But it was safe. And you were in a life jacket, and the guy was, so you'd go down a few times and go back up. And it was 3 boats at the same time. So all of us were going down at the same time. And we have footage of us on the boats. You'll see us get like pelted with water in this video. And it's there.
Like, look at this. Like, that's how much water we were being hit with. Like, that is like, it was insane.
It was so
much fun.
So if you ever go to Montreal, or if you live there, please go experience this. It was like one of the most we wanted to do whitewater rafting.
But this was just as much fun. You didn't have as much work.
This is no work because you're not pedaling anything. No. You're in an actual solid boat, and there's no one falls out in these ones. Like they
threaten to throw you out, but you never don't. But the funny thing is I actually did this over 20 some odd years ago when I worked for a French college in Windsor, Le Collège des Grands Lacs. I was an ambassador for that college, and there was a bunch of us, and we brought a bunch of students to this thing, and and it was so much fun. And then it was almost like a deja vu when I went back, because I didn't remember everything, but to do it with Nick was like fabulous. It was absolutely fabulous. So then when the boat ride was done, we ended up just walking around Montreal. There was a lot of festivals going on. Again, that is what's fun. Find a place that has more than one thing happening, so you're not always having to go to the same place, right? Pride was going on. There was, I think it was an Asian festival from what I remember them saying. And then, of course, there's just every single area, like quartier. There's so many little different pockets of just restaurants on the streets with like patios, and the roads are closed. So you really have that European feel.
It's funny because I was born there and I'd never been there. Like, I mean, I'd never been visiting in that area. So I was like, oh, it's so new to me. Like, and it was amazing. Like, who knew that was all there? And I'd been going there for years and never saw it. And it was amazing to actually see.
Because it's funny, a lot of times as a person that goes to like these cities, you go to see family. So what are you doing the entire time you're visiting these major cities? Most times is you're seeing your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, family, friends. You're not really doing the touristy stuff.
In chat, Tracy said that there's one in Niagara Falls that's the same.
Yes.
And Lynn's sister commented on one of our posts saying that. It's like, yes, it's on our list.
It's on our list. And actually, it's the sister company. Yes. Because they asked us while we were there, did you do the one in Niagara Falls? And we're like, no. Why haven't we?
Yeah, no, like, seriously.
Duh.
I mean, like that's water and waves. That's like,
yeah.
Duh. Like, I mean, it's like put two and two together, Nick and Jean-Luc.
So it was a lot of fun. And then we walked around that day. We went to have lunch at
Montreal Poutine, because as you all know, I said it during my whole live the first night. I didn't get my first poutine.
He'd been dying for it all day, and by
I only got 2 of the 3 I wanted.
Hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I know, 2 out of 3.
Right.
So we had finally our poutine. We shared a platter. We had each a hot dog. Mine had nothing on it.
Mine had everything.
We shared the poutine. We then went back to our
an amazing couple at lunch.
Yeah, lunch. Yeah,
they were on their honeymoon. They were heading to Italy. They were from Edmonton, if I'm not mistaken, and they were headed to Italy on their honeymoon. They got married last year, but waited a year to go on their honeymoon because they had family from England come to the wedding. They're like, what, we're gonna bring everybody to Canada and say bye, guys, we're going to our honeymoon to Italy. Like, so they waited till this year to go on their honeymoon. They were a sweet couple. Yeah. So fun. We chatted the entire lunch. I felt bad. I was like,
well, they want to talk,
but they did want to talk.
So then we left, and then we headed out to
showering.
Yeah, we went to shower back at our hotel room. We actually hung out on our balcony for a bit, and then we went to Pride. We actually walked down the street a few times. We really just walked constantly the whole weekend.
The entire weekend was
walking. So I've shown you guys before the Step Up app, right? I've talked about it before. It's an app I use because it tells me my steps every day. So it's called Step Up. And what's fun about this app is on that day, if you see right here, it says, wow, you ranked 82nd amongst all Canadians yesterday with 31,000 steps. So that means on that day, I was 82nd out of all Canadians on this app with my steps. That's kind of crazy. So I use this app a lot just to keep streaks. And so if you want to look for it, it's called Step Up. STEPUP. It's all one word. And if any of you guys are looking for other activities, remember, we have our Stride Kick corner. So for those of you who are looking for step challenges, like the old Fitbit challenges, can you please just go to jeanlucandnick.com/stridekick, all one word, and you'll be able to find actual step challenges like you used to have back in the day.
Someone's trying to join, and like, please let me in. This is me. So they just gave me their name. So let them in if they come in. Yeah, okay. That's why I was on. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
I didn't let him in because I
didn't recognize the name,
and I'm trying to protect everyone, right?
No, so that was fantastic. What she just did, sending us the message, letting us. Yep, and now she's in. Welcome. So we ended up going to this restaurant for dinner as well. We walked around Pride. There were some belly dancers. There was I'm not gonna lie, everybody. Of course, we checked out all the eye candy. We're at Pride. We're just in this, Nick and I,
A lot.
a lot. There's a whole video on it.
You'll see. I made up a song. What's fun about doing the lives and taking him after later is that we noticed that we're funny when we're live like that. And so I sang a song, I sang a Full House song, the Full House theme song, with talking about men. So you'll see that on TikTok soon and on everywhere else.
Yes, too, is what we've realized is we see a lot of other people do their social medias, and a lot of times it's not like it's scripted, but they turn on their camera and go. But we're not that. We like talking to you guys. We know it's so funny. What helps us when we go live is that we see all of you looking at us.
Your comments.
And it adds so much to how we interact. So
exactly.
Thanks for being there, guys. That's all I wanted to say to that.
So after dinner, dinner was amazing. Our waiter his name was Adam. And he was so attentive. He was very cute, and he was very flirty. He got us drunk.
Why? Because we ordered drinks. We
shared dinner again.
We shared dinner again, a pizza and a Caesar salad. We ordered drinks and we got our dinner and water, but we never got our cocktails. And so finally I was like, can we have our drinks? And he's like, oh my God. So we ran back and we had ordered doubles. He's like, oh, here are triples and a shot. And we were like, oh my God.
And that's Montreal for you.
So it was like, but so we had dinner, had dessert, and then we ended up
going to Stock Bar, which is a strip club in Montreal. We'll be honest, we are men. But
you know what?
It wasn't that great.
We were like, let's go home now.
Yeah, we left. We were there for a few minutes. We're like, I've seen a few penises now. Let's go. Time to go home. I've had enough. I'm like, that was enough. I'm good to go.
Once you've seen 3, you've seen them all.
Yeah, they all start looking the same. So we went home. We actually bought my second poutine and pizza on the way back.
That one was really good too.
That one was so good. And
we didn't eat all the pizza.
We brought it home. It was dinner.
It was
Sunday night.
Sunday night.
We brought our pizza from Quebec all the way on the train home.
And I am going to tell you this, and we said it in our dinner video. The pizza in Quebec, there's something about their sauce and their pepperoni and their crust.
Yeah, it's different.
How they make it is just very different. I've had really good pizza at other places, but every time I go to Quebec, I'm like, So. And then we got home, got on the train, and it was an easy train ride home. It actually went by really fast. We didn't think we were going to get into Oshawa. Yeah, we spoke. Oh, wow. Yeah, we did. We met a lovely gentleman. I'm not going to go into his story, but he told us what he was going through. He's completely grieving right now. And he was such in high spirits and still in good spirits. And all he wanted was wine. And on this train, we got served more wine.
Well, we got good service. Maddie Jose, who we've talked to for like forever. I think
I'm commenting on her Facebook post now because I love this lady.
I think her coworker was a little mad at her sometimes because she kept stopping to talk to us for like 20 minutes. And it's like, she looks like she would walk by, give her a look like, go to work. And we're like, oh, she's talking to us. Like, go away.
She gave us her union pride badges from work. She was like, oh my God, do you guys want these? I'd love to give you my union pride badge.
And we also ran to Lisa from Rustic Mama. So she was actually leaving from the same train station and heading back home.
She was in Quebec.
And so we got to see her as well. So it was kind of on like, how weird. And it was, for me, what was weird is that we only met her through Rustic Mama. So this train ride would have happened for her if we would have met there or not met there. So if she would have been on that train and we hadn't met a Rustic Mama, we would have been strangers on a train. If you think about it, right? Like sometimes, like look at this Zoom room right here, right now, in this community that we're starting back up again. How many of you look at the screen and see, oh yeah, like that person there and that person there. I remember that person. I've seen that person a few times, or I've interacted with this person. It's kind of the same thing. You wouldn't have had these situations if you weren't here.
Even some of you don't realize it, but you guys have impacted lives like my mom's life, because my mom knows you guys might not, my mom in pictures, but she knows all of you because she sits down and watches the show. And when I talk about you guys in general, she knows who I'm talking about. So that's such a cool thing that you could create those moments. And then so we met the guy, and Marie Jose, she was fabulous. She was just absolutely, she sat down and talked to us forever. We talked about
she didn't sit down. She
stood up. She was sitting in the chair beside the gentleman, beside Dean. Oh, how weird is this? Even weirder, as Dean and I are talking, I tell him I'm a sign language interpreter, and he goes, oh, really? He goes, do you know Nigel? And I was like, yeah, everybody knows Nigel in the deaf community. That's all he had to say from BC, this deaf guy who's absolutely amazing. He's a deaf interpreter. I'm like, what are the odds that I meet a gentleman that
6
knows?
degrees of separation.
I know everybody.
Just don't play with Kevin Bacon anymore. Play it with him. It becomes 5 degrees of separation with him.
I don't know, sometimes.
So that was the gist of our Montreal trip. You'll see all the videos, everything in a blog in the near future. So look out for that. We're going to do the same thing with our trip to Windsor this weekend, because this weekend we're actually having an event in Windsor. We are going with almost 18 people. A group of 18, we are going to a distillery to get a tour, and then after have dinner.
Some vodka and some whiskey.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do people have been asking for an event like that, so we're doing that in Windsor.
Yeah, it's a cool little place. They have a restaurant. They make beer. They make vodka, whiskey. Actually, during the LCBO strike, apparently people would drive out to the restaurant because they sell their own.
Yeah,
they sell it there, so it was kind of cool. They make an amazing grapefruit vodka. It's delicious.
And then on the following week, we leave on our West Coast trip. So remember, for those of you in the West Coast, we are going to be having events in Winnipeg, in Regina, Saskatoon, Calgary, Victoria, and Vancouver. But we're also going to be in all the other cities along the way. So if you're in Sudbury, if you're in Sault Ste. Marie, if you're in Thunder Bay, if you're in Lake Louise, if you're in Banff, if you're in Kelowna, if you're in Coquitlam, if you're in Nanaimo, let us know as well, because we're going to be actually stopping in those cities. And what we're doing is that if you want to meet us, we'll just say, come to our hotel. We'll meet you down in the lobby, and then we'll just hang out for a bit and just at least get to meet you in those cities, because who knows when we'll be back out west again, right? We can't know exactly when that's going to happen. So we're kind of trying to actually, and Rosie's going to party with this little one.
Rosie's gonna party with Saba.
He's about to become a big brother, this one.
I'm not gonna lie, everybody. You might have just saw me go this, because I was like, oh, is that really? There's 52 people in the Zoom room tonight. Holy crap, everybody. They're
all curious, and you're all going, come on already, talk about it. Okay, here we go.
Let's talk about KickStart.
Baby. Let's talk about KickStart and me. Okay. So KickStart. So first of all, we'll explain to you guys how this all happened. During our trip to Las Vegas, before we left, I had turned to Jean-Luc, and we were trying to figure out what can we do in September
to help each other,
to help us focus again, and to help others, because P3 is gone. We don't have, we realized at that moment that what we can offer everybody is not.
We don't know how to tell you what to eat, when to eat it, how much you need to eat.
I don't want to become a nutritionist.
We're not nutritionists.
I won't lie. That's not my gig. I don't want to learn about that stuff.
I'm not going to stop cooking, though.
No.
And I'm going to try to be as healthy as I possibly can when I cook, from the knowledge that I've gained.
But that's not what we want to do. So with that, what is our thing we can do? It's motivation. So motivation is what we can actually offer to people. We know that that's something we're good at. And so okay, how do we motivate people? So that's when KickStart came in, because we're like, okay.
Well, it wasn't even KickStart. It started off with Nick goes, why don't we create 10 commandments? And I went, the commandment word, probably not the best choice. I just want to be respectful to people, right? And he's like, yeah, you're right. That probably makes sense. That's not. I said, but we can do 10 commitments. Why don't we work on 10 commitments for us to actually really focus on what we want to do? And he's like, okay, well, what do you mean? And then he's like, yeah, commitments, because he had already realized that it's not a goal. We're not telling you guys, what are you laughing at?
Just what you're saying.
No, it's not a goal. We don't want to create goals for ourselves right now. We already have goals. We want to lose weight, right? We want to eat healthier, right? We want to be more physically active, right? Well, in order to get to those goals, you need to commit to something. You need to say, I'm going to do it. But guess what? We realized we were always trying to commit way too freaking long. We were making these stints of 12 weeks or 6 months or 3 months or 90 days. Too long. And that's for us. Some people it works for. For us, you know what? By the time we hit the 15-day, there felt like there was no.
There's another problem with trying to commit to something for such a long time. What's the one thing that happens to 90% of us? We lose that motivation. After 2-3 weeks, most of us say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And we stop doing it because, first of all, there's no one helping us. There's no one there for us to do this with you. There's no one around you to help you focus and keep going with your commitments or your goals that you're trying to set for yourself.
See an end.
Yeah, there's no
end. Like,
end.
oh my God, it's never going to finish. I'm going to be doing, and it's terrible, but I know we all said, I'm going to be doing this forever. And it's like, it was only 90 days, right? But it's still like, oh my God.
So now this is how we came up with KickStart. So KickStart is not goals. Nope. It's commitments. So what it is you're committing yourself to doing 10 things for 42 days or 6 weeks. Why do we pick that long? Because most habits take 20 some days to 28 build. Days to create a habit. We're trying to add extra days to maybe make it really a habit for you guys. Tack on a few weeks to make it really stick. So what's going to happen is, for those of you who ordered your books are optional. You don't have to get them, but what it offers you is a spot that when we meet you, we can actually autograph it and write a message. That's why that's there. So for those of you in Sudbury, we're coming up, you can actually come meet us at my mom's house and get your book signed. Then it explains to you what commitments are. And then it actually allows you to write down your 10 commitments.
One of the cool things we saw someone do already, and I'm going to give her props, was Heather Charlotte. She actually took Post-it notes and posted them on here instead of writing them in right away. So that way she could move them around and perfect her commitments before
highly suggest
before she put them down hardcore, which I love that idea. I thought that was a fabulous idea.
So we'll talk about how to make commitments in a bit. I'm just going to finish the book. So the way the book is designed is you track each day. So it's actually set. So the date is on there. September 16th is written
day
on there.
One.
That's day one. We're all doing day one together. You're going to track what you want on here. We didn't make it too overly difficult. You can write your meals. You can check your water, your activity, your daily mental health. And right here is your commitment tracker. This is where you check off when you've done your commitments. Your first commitment, if you look back on the original tracker, what does it say right here in the top corner? Number 1. Can you read it while I'm holding it?
I will read it. I'm looking for the page
here. I commit to being accountable for my commitments for the entire 6 weeks. This means I will share my commitment tracker daily. I will do this by taking a photo and posting it in the KickStart group on Facebook, submitting it on our website, or posting it on our private forum. This is important. We're not asking you to post this every day. We're asking you to post this section every day.
You don't need to tell anybody what you're committing to.
You don't need to know what you're telling your commitment to. You don't need to tell anybody what you're committing to.
If you want to,
you can.
That's your prerogative.
But you don't have to. But why we're asking you to actually cross it off and post it or submit it? Accountability. We know ourselves. Crossing off check boxes is like, oh my God, I'm going to get a gold star. So we are forcing you to track at least your commitments during the 42 days. It's only 42 days, everybody. Cross them off. So to show that you're being committed to your commitments throughout the entire 6 weeks.
So we're all talking about these commitments. So basically what a commitment is dissecting your goal and trying to figure out minute little things that you can do to achieve a goal. So a goal, I want to lose 5 pounds. That's a goal. That's not a commitment. But what do you do in order to lose those 5 pounds? What are steps you can take in order to that you can commit to that will aid you in that goal?
So for example, someone asked in chat, tell all 10 every day. Yes, all 10 every day. One of your goals could be, or one of your commitments could be, every week I will cook myself 3 home cooked meals.
Yep.
I'm committing myself to do that. So Monday, you're not cooking. Okay, check it off. You still have 3 days. You still have 6 days left. You're fine. You're still within your commitment. Tuesday, I cooked. Okay, check box. I have 2 left. Wednesday, I didn't cook. Thursday, I didn't cook. Friday, I didn't cook. But Saturday, Sunday, I'm done my whole week. So you have to track what you want. It can be anything you want. It can be, I want to learn to run. So I want to learn to run. I'm going to run 1 minute minimum every day for 42 days. That could be your commitment. It could be, I want to clean my house. So I'm committing to clean 1 drawer every day for 42 days. It could be, I'm trying to save money. I will put $5 every day into a savings account for 42 days. I'm trying to reduce my drinking, which we will be doing. I will not drink for 6 weeks. I want to reduce my smoking and my weed inhibition. We will be doing that for 6 weeks. You can make your commitments anything you want.
And this is one thing I want you to think. I would suggest, and we highly suggest, do not make all your commitments in towards like a weight loss goal only.
Spread them out.
Spread these commitments out. Take those goals, and as I mentioned earlier, we already gave you one commitment, so you now have 9 commitments to create of yourself, and maybe use 3 commitments per one goal. Try that, or figure out that balance that will work for you. You might say, you know what, I'm only working on 2 goals, so I'm willing to put 4 and 4 or 4 and 5 on those goals. So you can make that your own. You make it your own, and you develop your own habits that way.
So one of the things that one of the things that just came out to my head was that the commitments that you're setting for yourself, you will do for 42 days.
Yep.
Once the 42-day cycle is done, KickStart ends. We're still going to be around. Yeah. We're not disappearing.
We're not anywhere.
You'll still be in a KickStart group. We'll still be doing sessions. It might not be as often during that break because we will give ourselves a break as well during that time. Then January, KickStart will come back again. So you can set 10 new goals, or say you did KickStart the first time and there's 2 or 3 goals that were still a little hard for you and you've not been able to stick to them. You can transfer them to your next KickStart and start over again at that point. And we're going to have more sessions. There's going to be one in March. We're going to keep doing these 6 weeks to get you guys to work on different goals and different things that you want to get through.
The reason being is because a lot of times we often set these goals for us and we only put maybe a few commitments towards the goal, or we don't give ourselves enough time to achieve it.
Yeah.
Because our goals are so lofty that we end up struggling. And again, we give up. Because listen to this. Nick said it earlier. We're only we're asking all of us to commit to 42 days.
Believe me. So the thought of not smoking weed for 42 days is daunting.
42 days.
It's daunting for me.
But the thing
I won't lie. I'm not lying.
The thing is I lost my train of thought now.
Sorry, honey.
No, I got it. Sorry. Thank you. 42 days. And what did we say? When do we start usually giving up on a commitment or a goal? Maybe around 15 days in, right? You're about 15, 20, and you're like, ugh. But just look at it. If you're at 15, 20 days and you only have 22 more days, you're already halfway there.
You might as well keep going.
Keep going, right?
Yeah, just keep going.
You might not be able to commit to all 10 for the entire time, but try the ones that you are championing and the ones that you are feeling good about, celebrate those.
And something in chat was just brought up in chat. Should be fun in Costa Rica. Yes, but you know where you're going to be for the next 42 days.
Yep.
So make sure you set your commitments that work for your entire 42 days. So if you're gone on vacation this whole month and your commitment is I have to run 1 minute every day on your vacation,
make sure you still go to do that
that 1 minute of run on that vacation. If you're saying I'm going to have broccoli at every meal, I'm just throwing that out there. Make sure you're going somewhere that has broccoli because you still have to commit to that. So you have to really look at your calendar for that. That's why we gave exact dates. That's why you guys know everything happening. Even our calendar, we know we're at Rustic Mama. We know when we're doing everything that time. And we're building this. We're even going to set meals for ourselves. Like we're actually scheduling meals for ourselves because we want to be more accurate, and we're going to share with you guys what we're eating. So we're going to be committing to a lot of things. Yeah, hey, honey. Yeah, that's all you pointing. You can't hide.
I'm not hiding. There's nothing I'm hiding.
So that's the commitment part. So how do we do all this? So most of you have already joined the KickStart. Oh yeah, we're each doing 10, different 10. We don't have the same issues. So both
there's
of us
going to be a lot of
matching
because it just works that way for us. But there's going to be some different things. Like
tracking every day is commitment number 1. Yeah. That's commitment number 1. That's why you don't have to do 9 more. So on the other side, so how do we do all this? So there's a few tools at your disposal during the 6 weeks. Number 1, the KickStart group. Jean-Luc and I will be doing step classes all the time for free. They're available on YouTube. We're going to be doing every Thursday will be a cooking session.
And I'm going to stop you there for a second, hon. As far as the step goes, if you do not feel you are able to do it with the step, come and do maybe 5 minutes of the class. Don't come do the actual
commitments, dude. Try to do step twice a week the next 6 weeks.
I'm going to do 5 minutes of class every day for the next or whenever there's a couple of days a week. You don't have to do it with the step. There's music being played for you. You just get activity in with a bunch of people having fun. So that was my
I lost my train of thought now.
My turn.
So how do we do this? I was just joking. So how do we do this? So there's a few ways. Number 1, the KickStart Facebook group. We are actually transitioning off of Facebook. You guys have noticed you've been posting comments. People have been told it's spam. comments are being removed. We are tired of dealing with Facebook. So a lot of the stuff, a lot of the homework, a lot of the assignments we'll be posting will now be going on our forum. So if you've not been to our forum, just go to jeanlucandnick.com/forum. That's where you'll see a lot of the posts for.
It kind of looks like a Facebook page.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it looks
so
like.
we're gonna actually. So the questions I asked you guys all to do is to introduce yourselves. I'm actually gonna later this week post a post to say go to the forum and answer the question there instead, because some of you did it and it stayed, some of you did it and it disappeared. So I'd rather just put it on the forum so that your profile stays there, and then everybody else who comes join will see who's part of the KickStart group. Other ways we're going to do this. There's the friend market. So if you are looking for an accountability buddy,
or if you want to sell one,
now, if you're looking for an accountability buddy, if you're looking for someone to help you throughout the 6 weeks, if you go to jeanlucandnick.com/friend-market, you can actually post there if you're looking for an accountability buddy. So someone or a group of people that can get together throughout the 42 days to encourage each other. This is, again, up to you guys. This is a market. You post if you're looking for someone. The instructions are all in there. You just need to go and visit. And all this information will be in emails in the future. So if you're like, oh my God, I don't know what, don't worry, it'll be sent in the future. Another thing we're going to be doing is Strike Kick.
Yes.
We talked about it earlier. Strike Kick is a challenge app that you can install on your phone. But what it's amazing about it is that it allows you to do challenges, step challenges, and competitions between different devices.
Cross-platform.
So iPhones, Apple Watches, Fitbit, Garmin's. It allows you to use any phone type or watch to use this app.
The caveat to that, however, is the fact that each challenge only allows 10 people to join. But if we all help each other out, and on our Stride Kick page on our website, you can go into the actual app, create a challenge of your choice, post it on the Stride Kick page, and let people join, and other people do the same. Let's keep creating all of these challenges and fill them up with as many people as we can so we can all get moving, right? And again, we also want to make sure that we realize that we understand not everybody is a walker or anything like that. Movement is movement. So always keep in mind that we're talking about motion. If you're someone that needs to sit to get movement in, sit and get your movement in. We don't want anyone to feel excluded when it comes to that as well. So just get in motion. That's what we're trying to encourage people to do.
That work.
It didn't work. I don't know.
I'm sending the links to them in the chat here.
Oh, he's sending the Stride Kick links.
I'm sending the Stride Kick links and the friend market link right there for you guys. So it's in chat right now.
Website links.
Yeah, so you can go there to look at the details there. And again, this is all voluntary based.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we ask for you guys. So how are we doing this? So yes, there's no cost. It's all free. The only thing that you can buy if you want, it's optional, is the booklet. You can buy the book
PDF.
Or the PDF. That's the only thing you need if you want it, but it's not necessary. You can just do your own tracker.
And we are open to feedback, people. So if there's something in this book that we created, and you're like, you know what, I wish it had this, and you let us know,
we'll try to work on it for January.
Add it for January.
We know how to do this now.
We will be very honest. We were not expecting the book to be this size, but it made us the happiest
when we got ours
ever.
It's so cute.
It's adorable. It fits in a bag. It fits everywhere. I was thinking it was going to be like a school book at first. And I was like, I don't want that size. But this just made my day. So I'm really looking forward to filling this out. And it sounds weird because I never thought I would say that, but I'm looking forward to actually using it, because as much as I love technology, it's so true. Pen and paper really, it makes you feel like you're in school again. And if you don't do it, your teacher's you're going to get in trouble, right? And there's no excuses now, people. No dog ate my homework, right? Well, I'll say the kitties ate it.
Yeah. Well, also our games that we've been doing in the Hello at Jean-Luc and Nick Hillsep group will be moving to the KickStart group. We'll be moving some stuff on our forums. We'll have discussions on there. So you'll see stuff get transformed. So if you've not explored our website, I would suggest you open it up, travel around, look around the pages, get yourself familiar with all the different pages on there. There's actually, if you look around, there's a way to actually set up a meeting with us. I'm shocked no one's found it yet. I know Nisha found it. She found the hidden secret hallway in our website and found a way to hold up. But you guys can actually book a 15-minute meeting with us and just to have a chat. If you know, hunt around our website. You might find it. So we have other things on our website that are hidden as well. You can actually get our mailing address if you want to send us some mail. We actually got a letter.
Yeah, we're
We're going to open the letter now. The book has no recipes. We have not started. The recipes are going to be in a separate recipe book. This is just for KickStart.
Yes.
Yes.
And please keep in mind, we don't count calories when we do recipes. We have no macros. We have no WW points for it.
It's all up to you.
I am just cooking for fun. I will be honest too. I'm using a lot of Epicure stuff because I'm falling in love with it even more than I ever have before. And it's easy. And I'm enjoying it. So there's going to be a lot of Epicure stuff that I'm going to be using and just making.
And thank you everyone who's bought a book or a PDF, because we've actually sold almost 60 books already so far, which is like crazy. So that's it makes us feel, it's the first time we do something like this, and it actually people are buying it. We were actually shocked when we posted that we had counted 80 people said they were willing to buy a book or PDF. We're like, okay, I guess we'll make the book then, because we're gonna if they don't want it, we won't make it. But
we're gonna toot our own horn. We made it. We were able to do it in a full afternoon. We sat down at home and just worked on it and revamped it a couple of times. And as someone
I'm also
said,
a perfectionist, so
as someone said, I love how simple it is,
Yeah.
right? We didn't want it to be complicated. We wanted it for someone to open up and not feel daunting.
someone like us. Yeah,
This is not daunting.
This is easy.
This is not intimidating.
No,
it's
no,
even not even. It's like a bite size.
Yeah, yeah.
And Sally, thank you so much for the beautiful card. Thank you.
I'll read it
Yeah,
after.
we'll read it after, but I knew it was fast. We really appreciate that.
I'm still crying about Keikos every day, everybody.
Well, we mentioned it did we mention it last night? This morning. Yesterday during our call with the sorry, I keep forgetting about there. You were too.
I know.
With our call with the interview with the cat adoption agency that we're dealing with, I had gotten a phone call from the vet yesterday letting us know that Keikos's ashes have arrived and that we can go pick up his
I cried.
Yeah, I was supposed to go do it today, but I couldn't do it alone.
It's gonna be tough.
I wanted to, and I even said it. I'm going to do it, and I told them I forgot, but I knew I couldn't do it alone. I couldn't do it alone.
I'm gonna cry when I get there.
Yeah. So we got to fight.
I still cry. I had a huge meltdown and I cried.
Oh my God.
I was like, we had a whole argue. He's like, let's just go back. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to cry it out, because if I cry it out, I'll get over it and I can move on with my life.
Can I lie? Cannot lie. Can I tell you the truth? His comments were, I want to go to this trip, Johnny. That's exactly what he said.
I'm not going back to the hotel. I just needed to tell you how I was feeling, because I was having a moment of thinking about Keikos, and I just started crying, and I had to tell him what I was feeling, because if I keep it inside, that's one of the issues I have right now. So that's why writing the blogs and even today I'm going to be I took a lot of pictures on my walk today, and I'm actually going to write a post later tonight or tomorrow morning about how much I love living here and why I love living here, and I'll post that with pictures of our whole neighborhood and why we moved here and why we love it here so much.
You're so French.
I am.
He's so French.
Or Italian.
I thought I talked with my hands, but I do that for a living.
Yeah. I'm just very expressive.
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, so we will end the live feed. We'll stay behind for you in the Zoom room if you have questions, and we'll also post the word of the day for all of you for the contest. Oh, we forgot to mention that. And throughout the 6 weeks, there will be a contest. So every time you submit your tracker, you will get an entry to win a prize pack. When you join a step class, you will get to have an entry for a step class. And if you join a session that night, you get another entry. Every class you attend and everything you do with us will give you entries to our contest, which could be socks, could be Epicure products, it could be
a free book
next time. It could be our shirts. So it could be anything.
Cocktail bombs.
Oh,
wait, those are coming already. So.
Yeah, we already bought those.
We already bought those for you guys.
Yeah, we already bought those. So yes, that's going to be part of this as well. We're trying to kick everything at this, everyone. We're trying to find ways to motivate you guys by doing incentives, by doing things that you guys get support. We're going to be on every day. We're going to share our meals. We're going to be live every day most of the time, except when we're at spotty locations because we're doing Rustic Mama. So those times we'll be like trying to go live, like, hey, and we'll be like, choppy or something. But we'll try our best. But that's what we have planned.
If not, we'll take videos and then post them afterwards. So that way you actually see that we were doing what we were doing.
And yes, so a question about Step. Step will be returning September 9th, I think, or 10th, the Tuesday after we come back from our trip. I think, or
we're
Monday
doing it
night.
right now still.
So no, but a new schedule.
Oh.
So the new schedule for STEP is like this. Monday mornings at 6:30 a.m. is basic. 5:30 at night is advanced. Tuesdays advanced at 6:30 a.m. Basic at 5:30. Wednesdays basic at advanced at 6:30 a.m. Basic at 5:30. Thursdays basic at 6:30 in the morning, and pro at 5:30. New class. So Thursdays at 5:30 there's a new class coming, and then there'll be 9 a.m. on Saturdays for basic and 10 a.m. on Sundays for advanced. And our plan is eventually someday to include.
Because, they're all like, oh my God, I totally remember all of that.
They did. Some of them, I saw them go like this when I said Thursday.
Yeah, because it was a pro class. They all want the pro.
I know, but the people that do classes understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Lynn's like, I get it. I got it. Jerry's like, I've got this schedule down pat already. Like they're here all the time.
And there was another question too in the about Shape-a. Yes, we are still using our Shape-a. I'm not
part of our journey
in any way getting rid of that scale. I still love it. It makes me happy. I have been checking my weight, but I think one of my commitments is only to check it after the 42 days are up.
Only don't look at a scale for 42 days.
Only look at my color for 42 days. No number, just my scale, just the color. Because at least I still know where I'm going.
You know why? Because one of the big things we're trying to do this time is not focus on scale.
We're not focusing on weight loss, people. Like, we want to lose weight, but that's not our main.
It's just to be happy.
Yeah.
And this is what KickStart's about.
Good.
It's not about just weight loss. It's about making your life the happiest life you can be, because that's what we want to do. We want you guys to have a smile on your face. And so we're hoping that by doing this with all of you, you will be able to achieve some achievements that you maybe never thought you could do before. And then it'll propel you to do some amazing things in your life. Hey, there's people in this room that have done things that we never thought they would do. Lynn ziplined twice. Okay. And she's afraid of heights. So that's just an example of one thing. We've had people that were in their 80s and ziplined with us in Mexico. Okay. People you guys are able to do amazing things.
Well, we even said it. We were at the restaurant. We forgotten about this in Montreal. We were sitting at the restaurant, and this lovely lady was sitting alone in the restaurant after we were having dinner. And I had made eye contact with her a few times, but that's me. I look at people in the eye when I see them and I smile. It's what I do. And as we're having dessert, she comes up to us and she's like, and she's talking French, and she goes, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but can I just tell you that you guys have such this energy and I can't even explain it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And she's like, you guys have such an energy and thank you so much. And on top of that, you have the best waiter in the place, Adam, because she had just lost her husband and he helped this lady out. And she goes to this restaurant like a few times a week to have dinner there still after losing her husband. And she said, he's the one that made me like go out, and the waiter was the one that made her go out and do things and told her, you know what, don't stop living because your husband wouldn't want that, right?
Exactly.
And so the fact that she came up to us and said that we had that influence in that not even influence, but there is a connection she felt to us. It's just, we feel that with all of you, and we want you guys to go out and just spread the joy, like spread.
Tell your friends, tell your family members.
Well, like 5 extra tickets if you like.
Right now, if your friends sign up right now until the end of summer, you will have 5 entries in our summer contest. And all we have to do is register to our website, put your name when they register, and that's it. I know, like Lynn has a sister that hasn't registered yet, so maybe you should get one of her sisters to sign up and register to the website, and she'll get 5 entries.
The other thing I want to remind,
I would take on Lynn because she's right there all the time.
The other thing I want to remind people about step class as well, just because you can't join the live classes, there's like over 100 classes that are recorded. So what's stopping you getting up at 6:30 your time and doing a step
Maybe
class?
that's a commitment that you can do for 42 days. I will get up at 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, or specific time, as I say, and I will do a step class.
Yeah. So we're going to say goodbye over here because we still have
on live
and on live, like we're like blah 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 blah.
You know us, we can.
I tried, but I can't.
Just grab it.
We the table's a lot closer than what it usually is. Bye everybody on TikTok. Have a great evening. Nice.